You've probably noticed it. Getting up more at night, standing there at the toilet, waiting longer for things to start, and wondering why the stream isn't what it used to be. At first, you brushed it off. Just getting older. But lately, a thought has been sitting in the back of your mind, a thought you don't want to say out loud. What if it's something serious? What if it's cancer? It's not the kind of thing you bring up over coffee with a friend. It's not something you want your family worrying about. So you keep it to yourself and quietly hope it'll just go away. But here's the thing. Sometimes the earliest warning signs are the easiest to ignore and the most important to notice. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about the symptoms most men dismiss and why knowing them now can change everything. You need to hear this first. You're not the only one. Millions of men over 50 are quietly living with the same thoughts you've had, the same worries you've kept to yourself. It's not a weakness. It's not a flaw. It's simply being human. Most of us grew up being told to tough it out, to keep going no matter what's happening inside. And for a lot of things in life, that works. But when it comes to your health, especially something as important as your prostate, staying silent can cost you more than speaking up ever will. Here's the truth. Fear is normal. That little voice saying, "What if it's bad news?" Every man who's been in your shoes has heard it. But the cost of not knowing is bigger than the fear of finding out. This isn't about panic. It's about paying attention to your own body so you can protect the life you've built, the people you love, and the years still ahead of you. The sooner you understand what's really going on, the sooner you can take the right steps and stop letting uncertainty call the shots. Let's get clear on something. Not every prostate problem means cancer. That's important to know because fear can make you freeze, and freezing is what gets men into trouble. The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, sitting just below your bladder. It's part of your reproductive system, and its job is to help produce fluid for semen. You don't think much about it until it starts causing problems. And those problems can come from different places. Sometimes it's inflammation, called prostatitis, that can be triggered by infection, stress, or even sitting too much. It can cause pain, burning, or that feeling like you need to urinate all the time, even when you just went. Other times, it's benign enlargement, also known as BPH. That's when the prostate simply grows with age and presses on your bladder. Not dangerous in itself, but it can make peeing harder and nights longer. The prostate is a small gland, about the size of a walnut, sitting just below your bladder. It's part of your reproductive system, and its job is to help produce fluid for semen. You don't think much about it until it starts causing problems, and those problems can come from different places. When most men think about prostate problems, they picture one thing: spending more time in the bathroom. But the truth is, that's just the surface. What happens beneath it? That's what really changes your life. Take sleep, for example. Waking up 2, 3, even 4 times a night doesn't just interrupt your rest. It chips away at your energy in ways you might not even connect. You start the day already tired. You've got less patience, less focus, and over time, that constant fatigue seeps into everything: your work, your hobbies, even how you show up for the people you love. Then there's the physical side no one wants to talk about. Erections. Low-grade inflammation in the prostate can affect blood flow and nerve signals. You might still be able to perform sometimes, but it's not the same. That change can eat at your confidence more than you'd like to admit. And then there's the stress, the what if that sits in the back of your mind. Not knowing if it's serious can weigh on you more than knowing ever would. That quiet worry can make you withdraw from intimacy, from conversations, from moments that used to feel easy. Even your mood can shift without you realizing why. The prostate is tied to hormones. Small changes there can subtly affect how you feel about yourself, your motivation, your drive. It's all connected. And when we don't see the connection, we end up blaming ourselves, thinking we're just slowing down or losing our edge. But these hidden effects aren't just age catching up. They're signals. And when you understand them, you can do something about them. before they take more than they need to. Even your mood can shift without you realizing why. The prostate is tied to hormones. Small changes there can subtly affect how you feel about yourself, your motivation, your drive. It's all connected. And when we don't see the connection, we end up blaming ourselves, thinking we're just slowing down or losing our edge. But these hidden effects aren't just age catching up, they're signals. And when you understand them, you can do something about them before they take more than they need to. But the problem is, those early signs aren't just getting older, they're your body's way of saying something's off. And when you ignore them, the issue can quietly get worse. Another trap? Trying to fix things yourself. Grabbing over-the-counter meds, home remedies, or advice from friends who don't really know your situation. That might bring some relief, but it doesn't replace a proper checkup. I get it. Going to the doctor isn't always easy. Maybe you feel embarrassed or you don't want to be a burden. Maybe you're worried about what they might find. But avoiding that visit, it often leads to regret. Because what starts as a small problem can grow into something that's harder to treat, physically and emotionally. There's also this belief that if it's not painful, it's not serious. But pain isn't always the first warning sign. Sometimes it's the little things, a change in sleep, a subtle dip in energy, a hesitation in confidence, that tell you more than any pain ever could. We as men tend to tough it out, but sometimes that toughness works against us. Facing these issues early doesn't make you weak, it makes you smart. The biggest mistake is waiting until it's too late to act. Now let's talk about what really helps. No hype, no quick fixes, just straightforward steps that can make a difference. The safest and smartest move you can make is early screening. It sounds simple, but it's powerful. A quick blood test, called the PSA, alongside a physical exam can give you important clues about what's going on inside. I know the thought of tests can feel uncomfortable. Maybe you've avoided it because you don't want to face bad news or because the idea feels awkward. But here's the truth. Catching issues early, whether it's prostatitis, enlargement, or cancer, gives you the best chance to handle them without them taking over your life. Beyond the tests, there are lifestyle changes that often get overlooked but really matter. Drinking enough water keeps your body and your prostate healthy. Cutting back on processed foods and foods that cause inflammation can ease symptoms you might not have connected to your prostate. And moving your body even a little every day helps reduce swelling and improve circulation. If it's prostatitis, that inflammation or infection, doctors can often prescribe antibiotics or anti-inflammatory treatments that bring relief. It's not always instant, but the right approach can reduce the discomfort and the constant urge to go. And if it's cancer caught early, treatments are far less invasive than you might imagine. Surgery or radiation have come a long way. Early detection often means less damage, fewer side effects, and a much better outlook. At the end of the day, what works isn't about magic or miracle cures. It's about paying attention, getting the right checks, and making steady changes. Because real strength isn't ignoring the problem, it's facing it, calmly, clearly, and with the tools that work. Taking that first step, making the appointment, can feel like climbing a mountain. It's the moment where all the worry you've been carrying starts to press down. You might hesitate, wonder if it's really necessary, or if it'll just be a waste of time. That's normal, we've all been there. But once you're in the doctor's office, the tests themselves don't take long. A simple blood test, maybe a quick physical exam. Nothing to fear, though the waiting afterward can feel like it stretches forever. During those days, expect a swirl of emotions. Relief if the news is good. Maybe even a quiet pride for finally facing the issue. And if it's something more serious, catching it early gives you power. Control over the next steps instead of feeling like you're at the mercy of the unknown. What many men don't realize is how quickly small changes can start to show up. You might notice fewer bathroom trips at night or more energy during the day. Sometimes just knowing you're taking action lifts a weight off your shoulders. This process isn't about rushing or pushing yourself too hard. It's about steady, consistent steps forward. You're not alone in this. Taking care of your health now means more good years ahead, more time to enjoy the people and moments that matter. Imagine this, sleeping through the night without waking up every hour. feeling comfortable on a long drive, without the constant worry of needing a bathroom. Picture the quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body isn't working against you, that your sexual health is a source of strength, not shame or frustration. This isn't some distant dream. It's the new reality waiting on the other side of action. Whether it's prostatitis, benign changes, or even prostate cancer, you're no longer left guessing in the dark. You've stepped into clarity, you've taken control, not because it was easy, but because it mattered. And that quiet peace, the kind that comes from facing what's hard, is a powerful thing. It changes how you see yourself, how you show up in your life. This journey isn't about perfection, it's about respect for your body, for your time, for the people who count on you. So hold on to that, because the man who listens to himself, who acts with honesty and courage, he's already ahead. And whatever comes next, that strength will carry you through.